When you need emergency medical care, you rely on an ambulance driver to get you to the hospital safely.
But new video from inside an ambulance that crashed on the 5 freeway may have you rethinking another ride. Christine Lazar has the video you'll only see on CBS2.
An ambulance slams into a stranded motorist on the 5 freeway near Griffith Park. Cameras mounted inside captured the moment of impact. Jeff Johnson was the driver who was hit by the ambulance last year. His car had broken down on the way to work. Faced with what he says were mounting medical bills from back surgery to correct the damage done in the crash, Johnson filed a lawsuit. And what his attorney discovered in newly uncovered video shocked them both.
When he was, driving and I see the video, he's swerving and it could have been so much worse.
They found that a second camera recorded what was going on inside the cab. Watch as the driver falls asleep at the wheel, only to be startled awake when he veers off the road and hits the sports car.
What we came to find out is that this driver is on the 24th hour of a 24-hour shift straight without any breaks.
Attorney Brian Kabateck says the ambulance driver during his deposition said he was tired and had worked a long day. But it wasn't until they were able to get a hold of this video that Kabateck says he saw just how tired he was.
It's what we always expect is going to happen. It's the arguments we make to a jury, what must have been happening, the dozing off that must have been occurring. But here you actually saw it firsthand.
Here in the minutes leading up to the crash, you can see the driver fight to stay awake, his head bopping up and down, his eyes closed for several seconds at a time, all the while maintaining speeds between 25 and 50 miles an hour. At the time of the crash, there was a patient and another paramedic in the back of the ambulance. You can hear the alarms going off on the medical equipment.
It's very dangerous out there when you're driving around a vehicle that's several tons. It's a weapon.
Under California law, private ambulance companies are allowed to schedule their drivers for 24-hour shifts. The presumption, however, according to OSHA, is that the paramedic will have an uninterrupted sleeping period during his shift. But Kabateck says the driver was awake the full 24 hours before the crash occurred.
In the society we live in today, where people are working more and more hours, employers are trying to drive more hours out of their employees, you're seeing a pattern of all different kinds of companies having people behind the wheel too long.
The ambulance company AmeriCare Med Services, based out of Garden Grove, refused our request for an interview. But the owner said over the phone that his company has only had 3 serious accidents in the company's 18-year history. Owner Mike Summers admitted that his drivers can work 24 hours without a sleep break. But if they don't get at least 5 hours of uninterrupted rest in the last 8 hours of their shift, they must have the following day off.
I think it's crazy. You shouldn't be up for 24 hours driving anything.
Some lawmakers are now pushing for more strict regulation of the amount of time commercial drivers can be awake and on the road.
Airlines do it. They only have so many hours that a pilot can fly before they're grounded. It makes perfect sense to have truck drivers and commercial drivers like this subject to the same rules and regulations.
Christine Lazar, CBS 2 News.
2 weeks after Johnson's attorneys got the video of the driver nodding off, the ambulance company settled the lawsuit in the high